Hi everyone, I'm Jeanette with Toons Unlimited, and this is part 8 of this playlist series. In this video, I'm going to go over tagging all of the facial features using the Puppet Producer, and we're going to go ahead and get everything into the dummy template so that we can then import it into Crazy Talk Animator. So stay tuned because this video is coming up next. ToonsUnlimited.com. All right, so there are a few more things that we need to do, and it's mainly just tagging the eyebrow expressions. So earlier I went through and I tagged each body part using the Puppet Producer. And now we're going to go back and realign the body parts to the pivots. So I'm going to bring up my guides and we're going to create some clean lines so we know where everything lines up. So I'm going to go to View, Guides, and clear all of the guides. And I'm going to set the line for the eyes and the line for the eyebrows. And I want the pivots to line up right in the middle of it. So let's zoom in. I need to convert this back to a movie clip. And and locate the eye. Now this eye pivot is no good now. So I am going to delete it. And I'm going to do a new eye expression because it has not been named. So I will tell it to be the eye again, and it popped right in the spot that I needed. And I'm going to find this eye, and I'm going to do the same thing. I need to delete it and do another one. And whenever you play around with graphic instead of the movie clip, you're going to have to do that. Let's do a line for the nose. And we'll put this right on the line for the nose. And we will go up and grab the eyebrows. And this is a movie clip, so this is fine. Just need to get it on the line. And it's easier if the pivots is all the way at the top. So let's get the brows in the right spot. This is a graphic, so turn it to a movie clip. Delete the old brow and create the new brow. And that's pretty much fine. Put it on the same line. Now I'm going to move to the mouth. We converted the mouth to a graphic, so let's put it back as a motion clip and select mouth. Put a line on it. And now when we locate that other mouth expression, we will just delete it. Oh, this is the mouth expression. Let's delete that and let's put the nose in the right spot. Let's zoom out. I'm going to put a line down for the ears. And these should be the ears. So right ear will go with the right line. Left ear will go on the left line. We still have the front hair, which this will represent the front hair. This will represent the back hair. And this will represent the head nut. And we need one more that we can put pretty much at the bottom of the chin, and that will be the face, because the face and the neck connects together. So we'll put that right here. And just so that we have everything that should be in the middle, I'm going to put one more line going across. Now I know this is a lot of lines and it can be confusing, which is why I sometimes do, this is why sometimes I do all the eyes and all the eyebrows, do them all by themselves, so that by the time I get to a new line, I'm only focusing on one body part and everything else is in place. But this will be just fine. We're going to go through these pretty quickly. And this is the front hair. There is no back hair, so there's nothing to focus on for the back hair. Not at this angle. And so the face is the 0-degree angle is completely done. Now that you understand the process, I am going to fast forward as I go and realign each one of these angles for the facial body parts. All right, we have everything in place except the eyebrows here. I knew I forgot something. I need to make these movie clips and get that 315 angle. Get this eyebrow and that eyebrow. And what we need to do is tag each one of the mouth expressions. And so they're in place, but they're not converted into a symbol. And if you have Puppet Producer, all you have to do is click the A and it just converted everyone into a symbol and gave it the right name. I'm going to have it do the same thing to the eyes for now. Just hit the A. Done. And for the nose, I'm just doing the first one. So I will highlight it and flag it as normal. And that's done. Eyebrows. We go to the eyebrow expression, go to the front and select A. Done. Now the side angle is completely done and we're going to move over to the 315 and do those same steps. Okay, we have a character. We actually have a completed character. All right, so the main thing we need to do is get this into the dummy template. So I'm going to go to the dummy template. And as you can see here, we need to get rid of the heads for all of these angles in order for me to put mines there. Now I can do a quick file, save as, and call this, let's just call it Male G to Face for now. And I'm going to pop this on my desktop. And now I'm going to go through and just see if I can come in and just get rid of all of that. See what's still hanging out. So we have like the Headless Horseman here. And I am going to start off with my first face, copy, and I'm going to select the face for this guy and just paste. I won't hit paste in place. It really doesn't matter because we know that my face is not going to line up with this guy's face, but I do want to make sure it's on some type of layering. So none of these are needed, but I will keep the face layer and just put everything for each angle on its face layer. So let me dump it in place. There's my face. And let me zoom in because the dummy template has a smaller neck, but we are going to make this work. And put it right here. And I'm going to create a, okay, so they already have their guides, But I am going to put a new guide at the top of the head and a new guide at the bottom of the head because I want to make sure the rest of my character's body parts fall in the right spot. So I'm going to move over to the 180 now. Grab my 180, copy, find my 180 folder, get to the face portion, and just take everything out but the face. I can get rid of this whole folder because the face is in the body. So put it right here and just hit paste. And now let me pop this in on the line that it's supposed to be at. And I actually want to cut the back hair so that I can move the back hair on its own layer. And I just want the hair to be in front of the neck so it looks correct. All right, so let's go to the 315. Now I'm going to speed this portion of the video up, but the main thing to take from it is to make sure that your head can rotate at a good spot for the pivot. And so I'm testing this out and realized that I need to raise it up just a little more to have a better head rotation. So that's going to be my new guide, and I'm going to bring everything else back up to match that new guide for the face. Now, this is something that I recommend you do. I do it when I have situations like this. For my bottom angles, if you don't want your head to kind of bob up and down when the character is rotating, if you want everything smooth, you need to put all of your characters on the same lines. The top and the bottom are different because they're not really a part of the 360 rotation that you see. So they still line up most of the time just fine, but the rest of them, you have to put them all on the same lines to make it work. So I'm going to bring up the lines again, and I am going to take all of this, and I know you don't think you have enough space, but you can take and you can drag them over and put them on the same line, and then it will expand. So let me zoom in, drop them down a little more. And I know it's line city, but it's all about alignment when you're doing the last part of your character. So now that I have these in the same spot as the rest of my angles up here, I can now move forward with making copies of these. And the main thing you need to do, as a matter of fact, I'm going to do it here instead. I'm going to copy these 3 angles, and I'm going to paste in place, and I'm just going to drag them down. And the reason why is because the symbols all have to be renamed for the other angles. So the first thing I want to do is use this eraser tool because that erases all of the pivots. The pivots no longer have any functionality to it. And I'm going to flip each one of these. And so that I keep everything in the same spot, what I'm going to end up doing is re-tagging them, putting the new pivot in the right spot, and then deleting the old one. Once you have everything re-tagged, you can import them into the dummy template as well, and then switch over to the top and bottom angles. Okay, so they have both their nose and head combined for the top angle. And I think we can one up that. So what I'm going to do is hide this front one real quick and hide the pivots real quick. And let me drill down in here. And it's a couple of things that I wanted to fix anyway. So what I'm going to do is take all of these extra pieces and cut and go inside the face and paste. Let's see if we can get them in the same spot. Like it's roughly about right there. Now what I'm doing is merging these just so that I can make them all one unit. All right, so this is identical for the top and the bottom. So I'm just going to use this one face. I'm going to copy it and go into this face. And it's got a lot of stuff going here, but we don't need it. We're going to delete all except one. I'll let this be my guide. And I am going to paste and just line this up right in the center. And now I can get rid of their head, and I can go out and get rid of their ears. So everything else is the same. I am going to do the exact same thing for this face. Pop in the hair and we can get this imported into Crazy Talk Animator. So let's go inside the hair for hair. Remember, it's the same hair for both of the top and bottom. It's just layered differently. So I'm going to uncheck the hair, actually go inside of the hair and make a copy. And while I'm inside of this one, delete one, outline mode, new layer. Just want to make sure it's centered with its replacement. And then I'm going to delete it and do the same thing here. All right, if you have survived all of these videos, we are coming up on the final video for this playlist series where I will cover importing this character into Crazy Talk Animator so that we can do some QC testing and get this ready for sale. Hey, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. If you would like to purchase any of my products, head over to my store where I sell characters, props, and scenes. Stay tuned for the next video and take care.